Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to become an effective cold caller. At the end of this video, you should be able to know the nitty-gritty of cold calling. You should be able to know how to make a call, and you should be able to know how to close this. There are a lot of jobs in this area, and this is one of the vital topics as far as virtual assistant is concerned. So I'm going to be showing you everything from beginning to the end, everything that you need. Now, like I said again, there are a lot of jobs in this niche, and I post them in our community. So kindly check the link in the video description to join our Telegram community. And if you need a certificate outside of this virtual assistant course, of course you should be able to send a text to me and I'll provide a certificate for you. Now today we are going to be talking about cold calling. Cold calling is very important. There are a lot of big companies who are looking for you, and today I'm going to be equipping you to become one. So now let's go. So the topic again is effective cold caller, and my name is Coach Dennis. I'm from Express Tech Academy. Of course, we are going to be giving you a certificate at the end of this. Now let's just take it step by step. This may not be a complete practical, but I will explain in details, equipping you with the strategies it takes to become an effective cold caller. Now, first, what is cold calling? Cold calling means calling people for the first time to establish your brand or your personality. The person does not know you before the call. You have to take note of that. There is difference between cold calling and warm calling, and there's difference between cold email and warm email. I taught you that yesterday. Now, cold calling is you calling people you have no idea about. You have not met them before. You don't know them. Probably you got their email online or you got their phone number online. So calling them for the first time when you have no contact before is what we call cold calling. Of course, cold email is the same thing. Sending an email to somebody you have no idea about. They don't know you, you don't know them. You are just calling them or sending them an email to establish your presence so they can be able to do business. Now, there are a lot of companies who will hire you. Now, like I told you from the beginning of the course, I have a video in this channel that talks about how to scrape more than 1,000 emails from Google and from all social media platforms. Now, there is what these companies do. They go to Google, they go to social media platforms, and they scrape people's email. If I want to get Dangote's email, I can get it just now. If I want to get Tony Elumelu's email, I can get it just now. Even you, if I want to get your email, it's very simple for me. I will get it for now. So far, you use that email in opening any of your social media accounts, I will get it. So what these companies do is that they scrape people's email and then they use it and put it in their CRM software, and they employ you to come and do cold calling to convince them to make sales, to convince them to buy their product, or to sell their product to them, or to do brand awareness, to make them know about your product. So you begin to send emails every day, or you do calling every day. Now, what some of them do is that when they employ you like that, they will give you let's say they will give you 50 contacts or 1,000 contacts, and they will give you a timeline. They will tell you need to be calling 20 people a day. These are people you know nothing about, all right, but they already provided you with all the details and all the information. So your own job is to call. And then there are some of the people who will pay you per person you call. Some of them will pay you every month, and some of them that will even pay you every month if you make a sale. That if you're able to convince somebody from the contact, they are the one that give you. If you are able to convince anybody to make any sale, you're going to get like 20% or 10% sales depending on that company. So cold calling is one of the best niche I've seen in virtual assisting. Number one, they give you the contact for free. Number two, you make calls. Whether you are earning, whether you convince anybody or not, you have a monthly salary. And if you try to convince anybody to make a sale, you have a commission. But there are some that will not give you monthly salary. Some will always they will pay you based on what sales you make. So it all depends on how you craft yourself, how you position yourself, how you compose yourself to convince somebody. And though I know that mostly this thing, mostly the ladies usually go with this, but I've seen guys who do this. I've done cold calling in Express Tech, and the strategies I'm showing you is both from experience and knowledge. All right, so now let's go and I'll teach you all what it is. Now, cold calling is used to sell a product. I just said that is to book appointments. All right, maybe you book appointment with somebody is doing consulting services. You book appointments, and then of course generally to generate leads. Leads are people called customers. All right, so that is it. Now, cold calling is common in sales. Of course, I've told you, people who want to make sales is common there. Then the real estate. Basically, the jobs I post at Express Tech are people who want real estate, people who want you to be doing cold calling to sell their properties. All right, and then other products too, they are there. All right, so they scrape these emails and they want you to do the job. Number one, you have to go have a kind composure. I will be talking about that soon. Of course, insurance company is synonymous. Cold calling is common in marketing agency. Software companies, they want you to make that, sell their softwares and all of that. Cold calling is not begging. So because you are calling the first person for the first time does not mean that you are begging the person. You are not begging the person. So take note of that. Cold calling is a professional sales skill. In fact, let me tell you something. If you are able to take this skill serious, there is money to mint from here. Do you know that marketing is what gives people money these days? In fact, if you are good with marketing, you won't lack money on this online space. So if you know what I'm teaching you very well, forget it. This is a professional skill. It's not a begging skill. All right, it's a professional skill, so you have to know it. All right, now cold calling still works because business still needs solutions. So people will tell you that, oh, emailing is around, cold email and other things are around, so cold calling is not working. No, there are people who still do cold calling. In fact, there are companies who do cold calling, and then decision makers still answer phone calls. People who take decisions in their company, they still make calls. All right, they still take calls because they know that that call may bring them favor because they are in marketing. All right, so many deals start with a simple call. Of course, you know that there are people who will be comfortable speaking with somebody on the phone than reading an email. It's very simple like that because they feel confident hearing a voice than reading a text. All right, so the mindset of a cold caller, you must take note of this. You must be confident. Confidence is required. All right, confidence is required. You can't be timid. For example, I just said if I want to scrape Dangote's email and do marketing to you, I will do it now. Now, of course, Dangote may not be in my level, and because I've called a big person like that, I may be feeling timid and all of that. I'm calling somebody. No, you must act professional. You must be confident. So no matter who you are speaking with, act as if you are higher than him. That's how it is. And then rejection is normal. You have to take note of that. So if they say you have to call 20 contacts a day, don't expect that the whole 20 contacts will answer you. All right, so no does not mean failure. If somebody say no, it doesn't mean failure. Like I'm going to be teaching you along the course that you should do follow up. So that somebody say no, it does not mean that you have failed already. So it just means you should retry again, revisit your strategies. All right, and then 1 year comes after many no's. Of course, you know that before somebody will say yes, you will need to take time to think. You need to start convincing him and all of that. All right, so do not take rejection personally. It's business. This is business. You are convincing the person to buy your product, so it's completely business. If the person say no, it means that the business you are trying to offer to him does not go well with him. So don't take it personal as though maybe they hate you or they hate your product. No, your business does not match with their own. You have to move to the next person. All right, so that is it. Now you are offering value, not disturbing people. Take note of that. Stay calm and polite at all times. Stay calm. You see, being kind, being calm is a core virtue of a virtual assistant. Please take note of that. Stay calm, be kind. See, if you have temperamental issues, you won't succeed as a virtual assistant. I told you this from the day one class. Please stay calm. All right, whether you're on call, whether you're working with someone, please be a calm person, be a kind person. Temperament issue is not good. You have to revisit that. All right, speak with energy and clarity. When you're talking with somebody on phone, don't be murmuring. Speak as if this person knows what he's doing. Every call is practice and learning. So upon every call, especially if somebody say no, we are not buying. So you have to know why is the person saying no, so that when you are making the next call, you learn and correct yourself so that you can be able to make more sales as you progress. So life is generally learning. Once work does not work for you today, tomorrow you use that experience to correct yourself. So you have to take note of that. And of course, consistency beats talent. And in cold calling, consistency beats talent in cold calling. See, no matter what you do online or no matter what you do generally in life, remember, consistency is key. I've said this consistently to my colleagues and some of my students, that the difference between you and the person who is failing is that the person is consistent over time. You just took this course, you hit it and you run. Maybe you did not get job the first month, the second month you run away. But there's somebody there who has been applying for a job for 6 months, for 1 year, and finally he gets one job that pays him $2,000 a month, and then he's now enjoying. What is the difference is that he endure all those times. So consistency matter. Don't hit and run things. I'm a patience person, and I'm a student of patience, and I teach patience. Now the people, I don't like people who try to be in haste online. All right, so to make money legally online requires patience. I've been saying this to my students. It requires patience. Be patient and then be consistent with whatever you are doing. It will work. It may seem as though it's not working, but it will work. I'm giving you a testimony to work. All right, so if you call one person today, it did not make any sense, the second day it did not make any sense, don't say, oh, that's all. No, it will work. You have to take your time. It will work. All right, just be consistent. Don't give up. All right, so understand your product and services. This is the second topic, or the subtopic under this topic. Now we have talked about how to position your mindset, we have talked about the introduction, and now we are talking about understanding your product. Now if you want to become a cold caller, if you want to market any product, let's say for example you want to market this phone, for example, you have to know the in and out of this phone. You have to know how this phone operates. You have to know everything about the phone, so that on the call, when you are calling somebody to buy this phone, immediately once they ask you a question about this phone, you don't need to visit any book, you don't need to call anybody, you don't need to do anything. You answer straightforward. All right, so before you become an effective cold caller, you must understand that after positioning your mind correctly, you must understand your product. You must know the in and out of your product, know exactly what you are selling. All right, be able to explain your product in one sentence. Like I always keep telling people, if you cannot explain your vision to a 5-year-old person to understand, you don't have a vision. If a 5-year-old person cannot understand what you are doing, you don't have a vision. It's completely like that. So be able to explain what you are doing in one word. You be able to explain what this phone can do that other phones cannot do in one simple sentence, and that's how to make sales. All right, and then understand the problem your product solves. Very simple. I always say this when I'm teaching copywriting, that of course I gave you a copywriting course for free that focus more on the benefits than the features. This phone is black and it has maybe a brown line here. These are features. What can it do? That's the benefit, and that's what people are looking for. So always know the benefits of your product, and of course understand the problem. I've talked about that. Focus on benefit, not just features. I've said this over time. All right, so the example is, the feature is fast delivery, benefit is saves customer time. Know who your product is best for. All right, your product may be best for real estate, your product may be best for people who are maybe in costume, your product may be best for children, your product may be best for female, your product may be best for adults. Just know who your product is best for. All right, know who your product is not for. Of course, this is the opposite of what I just said. Be ready to answer basic questions confidently, and this comes from you knowing about your product. Believe in the value of your product. All right, there's something I heard some other time, that somebody opens a restaurant but he doesn't eat in his restaurant because the cooks there, they cook rubbish, and then he goes to other restaurants to eat. That's the manager. He could go to other restaurants to eat, but he comes to his own restaurant to sell food to people. It makes no sense. All right, so if you don't believe in what you sell, if you don't use what you do, what you sell, it means that nobody can buy from you. So because what people want is testimony that you have used this product and has given you like this, and I want you to buy it. So that's what people believe in, not that this product is good, buy it. They want to know how you have used it. So you have to take note of that. Now, know your target audience. We are talking about after knowing your product, you have to know the people that the product is for. Not everyone is your customer. Please take note of this. Oh my Jesus, people have been thinking that they can create a product and they can sell it to anybody. No, a product is specific to specific people. Please take note of that. That is not everybody that needs this small phone. I have more than 2 big phones and I still got a small one. But it's not everybody that will have big phones and still go and get a small one. So you have to take note of that. All right, not everyone is your customer. This mic I'm using here, not everybody needs the mic. It's only people who create videos like I do. So you have to know the people that needs you, and so that they can be able to target them. So that you can't target, you don't target everybody and waste people's time and your own time. So target audience means people who need your solution. Know the type of people you should call. Understand their common problems. If you're in real estate, you need to call people who need homes. If you're into the costume, you need to target people who make movies, people who need to do traditional things. All right. If you're into different products, you have to know. Into tech, you have to know people who need tech products. All right. Of course, the simple ChatGPT prompts can show you this. ChatGPT, I'm selling so this. Who are my target audience? They will even tell you instead of you cracking your brain. So you have to know your target audience, and in knowing your target audience, you have to understand what we call B2B cold calling, and we have to know what we call B2C cold calling. B2B means business to business. Is your business a business that is selling to business? Like Express Tech is a B2C because our product is directly to students, to consumers, to people who need knowledge just like you. So it's B2C. So if I'm selling this thing, all right, my business can be, if I'm selling this thing in wholesale, my business can be both B2B and B2C. My business can be, I can be selling this to people who sell it in wholesale, other businesses, and I can also sell it to an individual person like you. So if I'm doing this business, there are people who sell this to only wholesalers, and there are people who sell this to only customers. So the people who sell it to wholesalers, that's other business people, they are called B2B, while the people who sell this directly to customers are called B2C. So you have to understand, is your business directly with people, simple one people, two people, or you are selling in bulk to people, to pay to a person to now start selling to people? So that is it. So you have to understand cold calling in form of B2B and in form of B2C. Cold calling businesses focus on decision makers, and then of course B2C is calling individuals, focus on personal needs. Of course, you can know that, you can see that this is clearly explained. So now the next, of course, still under knowing your target audience, we have talked about B2C and we have talked about B2B, and we are now talking about decision makers. So there are some businesses that you target owners of companies. Like I taught you in cold email and cold calling, target people who have a say in a business, a say in a company. All right. So if you want to sell to a company, let's say you want to sell to BUA, that is Bois Cement, you should target HROs, people who are managers, directors, people who have a say in that company, not to people who are retailing cement on the road. All right, not to, of course, you know, Bois Cement, Bois owns cement, so not to people who sell cement on the road. They won't have any say in that. But if you are targeting the whole business and you know that you want target people who have a say, decision makers. All right, and of course there's a way of scraping all these images, and I'm going to be putting that video in this video description so that you know. In fact, it's one of the very first video when I started on this channel, so you can find it as one of the first video. Now not the first video, but I think the first video when I started consistency this year. All right, so decision makers, owners, managers, executives, gatekeepers. You can target gatekeepers like receptionists, assistants, that is if you need other things. And then respect gatekeepers, do not argue. All right, most of the time you do not argue with most of these people. Like I'm going to be showing you how to do this call professional. You don't argue with people on call. All right. Now, cold calling preparation. We have now started the main thing. All right, we are just preparing you. Now we want to start the call. Before you make that, before you pick a phone and dial that call, before you place that call, please take note of this. Never call without preparation. Never call preparing a script. I'm going to be showing you how to prepare a script, but never make a call without preparing a script. Please don't just because the numbers are here, you pick one. What are you going to say to the person on phone? The person is a high person who is able, who can be able to push a lot of dollars to your company. So you don't need to just make the call casually. All right, now know your goal before each call. Arrange everything and know why you are calling, what you are saying, what and what you'll be offering, even the questions to expect. You have to write some of them down. I'm going to be showing you that shortly. All right, example of call goes book a meeting, get an email. So you are making that call to book a meeting, or you are making that call to get an email, or to qualify to a lead, or to sell a product, or all of that. Like, research the prospect when possible. If I want to call somebody like Dangote and I don't know Dangote at all, all I need to do is research on Google for him. His email was gotten right, his name is there, his everything is there. Research him. What company does he control? What and what is he influential in? Just research more information so that when you are addressing him, you will know that you know what you are doing. You will know him already, even though this is cold and you don't know him. All right, know the company or a person you are calling. I've just said that. Prepare a simple call script. All right, just take your paper or your pen, write down how you're going to start, what you're presenting, and everything. This is what people do. They wake up in the morning, they sit down in their table, they do cold calling. At the end of the day, they get their money. It's not just making regular calls, they are making business calls. So they are prepared, they are informed, well informed. All right, so keep notes ready. All right, I've said that you choose a quiet place to call. Of course, you shouldn't make calls where there's noise. All right, it's like, you see, like I'm telling you, working remotely does not mean that maybe when you wake up every day. See, working remotely means once you get a job, right, just the way you wake up in the morning to go to work, that is what I expect you to do. Wake up in the morning and sit down at your table, and until work is done, don't go anywhere. That's what I do. If I want to eat, I go to kitchen. If I want to go, I have a separate room where I do all these things. So this is not my bedroom. This is not. So of course you understand. So your own, you might be only having only bedroom, but you have your table. That table should be your office. Wake up every day, sit down there, and then do the work. It's not that because you're working remotely, you begin to walk up and down, go out. No, it doesn't work like that. All right, so choose a quiet place. Test your microphone or headset. Of course, you'll be needing a microphone and a headset in order to communicate properly. That's if at all you can afford it. If you can't afford it, it's still good to make call clearly like this. All right, speak clearly and confidently. Of course, I've said that. Smile before calling. It affects your voice. Before you pick a call, at least put up a smile. It changes the whole of your environment. It changes yourself, right? It changes your normal looks. It changes everything about your voice. It changes about your happiness. It brings about good feelings. All right, so just put up a smile. That's why I've been telling you, if you have temperamental issues, virtual assistant is not a cause for you. You have to be polite and you have to always be happy. All right, so cold calling script. How do you now create a script? Cold calling script and call structure. How do you structure everything? A script is a guide, not something to read word for word. So I didn't mention that you should carry a paper, read everything and the same something you be read. No, it's just something you got. First call, this is what I'm going to say. Start with greetings, start with this. So it's guiding you, not that you write everything that you're going to be pronouncing to you know, because the person is not seeing you because hello, how are you? Because you wrote it, how are you? Because like, no, it's just a guide that will guide it. This is what I'm supposed to do. After this, I'm doing this. After this, I'm doing this, just like that. And then a script helps you to stay confident and organized. Good scripts sound natural, not robotic. All right, so it's always sound natural. All right, so every cold call should follow a structure. Greetings. All right, hello, good morning, sir. And then the person greets you back, then followed by introduction. My name is Dennis. I'm calling you from Express Tech Academy. You introduce your name and then introduce where you're calling from, and then quickly you go straight to the point to tell the I'm calling you so in regards to so. But one thing I want to say in reasons for after introduction is that one of the most way to make a call effective is that seek their consent. Hello, sir. Hello, good morning, sir. He said, hey, good morning, how are you? I'm fine, sir. My name is Dennis. I'm calling you from Express Tech Academy. All right, Dennis, how are you? I'm okay, sir. Please, can I have 1 minute of your time to just explain something to you, to talk about a product to you, or to talk about something with you? 1 minute, what is the about? Just 1 minute, just 1 minute. And the person said, all right, go ahead. That consent alone that you just take, can I have 30 seconds of your time? Can I have 1 minute of your time? Already informed him that you give him value. You already inform him that you respect him. So I know that I didn't put it here, but it's very important. Take consent, and then you go straight to say, oh, the why I'm calling you is because of this and that and that. Then straight to the point. Now, under this structure, of course, after the reason for calling, giving time to talk, and then the value statement, you ask questions, and then all of that. Now, let me say this before I go to the next slide. Let me say this, please. There are things I did not write here that I want to explain to you. Number one, after the call, all right, don't be the one to overtalk. I know that I'm still going to say it, but don't be the one to overtalk. Your talk, your opening remark or your opening speech or whatever you are saying before giving him the opportunity to talk should not be more than 30 seconds to 1 minute. Please. People who have money to buy product don't have that time. So your opening and whatever you are explaining about your product should not be more than 30 seconds to 1 minute. Ensure that all the value, everything you are giving for the first time should enter there. And I also suggest most times that it's good to ask them questions instead. How do you feel about this product? How do you feel about this? So do you need this kind of social product? Did your company lack social thing? Ask them questions. You give them an opportunity to air out their problems, and then before you introduce the solutions. All right, so you can start with questions after you introduce your solution, and then you can anyhow you want it to be good. But these are things that you need to put in place after the introduction. Seek his consent, reason for calling, value statement. Value statement is telling him the value of what you are selling, and then of course ask questions, and after that give him time to speak. He should be the one to talk, not you. So if he talk and talk, if I get you correctly, do you mean that this is this? It does not take you up to 5 seconds to just say what I said, and then you still give him time and relax. When he finish, sir, are you done? He say yes. Before, not that when he's talking you are talking. It doesn't make sense. All right, so cold calling, it has to do with professionalism, and it has to do with more of the person talking than you talking. You have to take note of that, please. You have to take note of that. And then keep script short and clear. Like I've said, this use simple and professional language. Use simple and professional language. Most of the jobs you'll be getting are foreign jobs. All right, foreign jobs that you'll be talking to people outside of the country. All right, so sometimes they require you to use foreign accents, but let me tell you something, keep things natural. All right, don't force accents. Don't force accents. It's good to sound nice, it's good to sound foreign, but don't force it. All right, just keep it natural. I'm not saying your voice should be like echo, no, but keep things soft, natural. Don't force it, because this is a job you'll be doing over time. So must you be forcing accent? But it's good to learn how to speak in a foreign accent. But you can learn that, it's good. But I'm not saying that you should be able to force things. You can learn them. All right. So practice script before calling. Like I'm going to be giving you a test. I'm going to give you an assignment after this. You're going to be calling someone. You're going to be calling your partner that you had from the beginning of this course, and you're going to be calling the person to practice this. So always practice it before you, and of course see the person you are practicing with as a big person, as a stakeholder, as a director general, or anybody. So you have to speak professionally and not stutter. All right, so adjust script based on the conversation. All right, so if you have a script for this person that owns this company, maybe when you are using it for another company, you can just adjust 1 or 2 things there. It doesn't mean that you begin to write overall script, new script for everybody. Just adjust simple things to match each of those persons. Always sound human, not rehearsed. All right, so the first 10 seconds matter the most. That is what I said from the beginning. So that's why respecting the person by taking the person's consent within that 10 seconds matters, please. And how you sound also matters. You don't call somebody and see the person owes you. don't begin to sound like that. That's why I say put up a smile. All right, ladies know how to do this best. All right, speak clearly and confidently. Introduce yourself and your company. Be direct and honest about why you are calling. Be direct, don't go around the bush. That's why we're talking about value statements. Be direct to the point. I'm calling you in respect of once you ask, see, the best cold calling is immediately the person gives you a consent. If you seek for consent and the person gives you a consent, it means that the person is ready to hear you, and it can be a potential customer. So always be direct and be honest about your calling. Ask for permission to continue. So while you are talking, maybe the call has reached 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Sam, we are sorry, I did not plan that this call will reach up to this 3 hours. Please, can you kindly permit me to just tell you this last thing? You are asking for the person's permission, and you are trying to tell you, I understand you are a busy person, and 3 minutes is a lot of time, and I really appreciate it. But please, can you allow me or give me some time to, these brains, I'm not putting it in the right way you're supposed to put it, but I'm explaining it. This gives him the saying, oh, this person values me, this person understands me, this person knows I'm a busy person. This is how to do it. All right, so I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing? Because this is a course that I teach somebody for 1 day for more than 100,000 naira. You say yes, but I'm giving you completely for free, and that's why I'm laughing. So kindly help me subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comment section you're understanding me. All right, and please take this serious. Okay, so example opening goals is get attention, reduce tension. Example opening goals: get attention, reduce tension, keep them listening, avoid sounding salesy. Don't always sound as if they don't buy the product, you will die. No, don't sound like that. All right, just sound normal, as if you're having a good conversation. Avoid long introductions. Like I said, 30 seconds to 1 minute, you should encompass everything you are doing in that minute. Then avoid rushing your words. That I say you should put it in 30 seconds does not mean you should be talking like robots. No, be calm. See, I'm a patience, but I'm someone who teach patience. So that's why people don't make money online. I keep saying it. They jump a lot. They are in haste. You come to YouTube, you see a video, somebody say, I earn $3,000 in a day. You click it with a mind that you earn that $3,000 in a day. It doesn't work that way. There are a lot of other things that the processes that takes to that minute, and you must learn and you must be patient. But I'm showing you something, that if you are patient and consistent with a thing, that thing produces result. It has shown me over time. I'm not somebody who rush over things, and I'm telling you as my students not to rush over things. All right, so always be calm. All right, don't rush words. See, if the person will not hear you, even if after 1 minute the person will not hear you, even if you rush, the person will not hear you. So be calm. So a calm tone increases trust. Of course, you just see that. Now, asking the right question matters. Questions help you understand the customer. Like I said, do not talk too much. Kai, do not be the one to talk more than the person who you are calling. Try to punch in. Try to make him talk by asking him questions that trigger the problem of his business. This is why preparation is important. When you prepare and know who you are calling very well, you'll be able to know his problem. You know what problem he's facing in his life, in his company, and whatever thing he's doing. And then when you ask him questions, asking questions in that area, you'll be able to pin him down. See, cold calling has to do with a lot of preparation and being confident. All right, so do not talk too much. Let the customer speak more than you. I've said this. Ask open-ended questions that will trigger him to talk. Open-ended questions that start with what is so how is this thing done in your company, why is this thing not working in your company. I discovered that this thing is very simple to accomplish. Why has it not been happening? You know, all of that. We have software that will give you for free and all of that. This is it. All right, so ask about their challenges. Very important. When you see, one thing to get somebody's attention is when you call their problem. When you call their problem, they leave whatever they are doing. They begin to focus on, because they know that for you to call their problem, you have the solution. All right, so focus on their challenges. Ask about their current solution. Ask about their goals. Listen carefully to the answers. Take note while listening. Never interrupt the customer. Never. In fact, I advised you should even ask them, are you done, before you can even say something. I said this on day one class, right? Now, handling objections like a pro. So we have just talked about how to plan the structure of your calling and how to go about the whole calling issue. Now, once you go about the whole calling issue, there is a probability, even high, that you may get rejections, that you will get rejection from some people. Meanwhile, if you are so good and present things the right way, you may get a lot of yes at the first time. But to get a lot of yes at the first time may take a lot of time. But then, with time, if somebody say no, you do follow up, say no, you do follow up, he begins to think. Let me tell you why people run advertisement on social media. You can see that sometimes you see one ad more than 7 times in a week, or more than 7 times in 2 weeks, or more than 7 times in a month. Do you know why? The reason, in fact, even in a day, sometimes you see it more than 3 times in a day. Do you know why? Because this condition to show that there is a study that shows that repetition is key to retention. Whatever somebody comes across all the time is key for him to retain it. So if he sees your ads today, he probably did not do anything. He sees it tomorrow, he will not do anything. He sees it the next time, he will say, what is this about? Let me read it. And maybe he read it, he did not do anything about it. He read it again, maybe the 4th time we come across it, he say, let me try these people. That's how things work with customers. Human beings don't take actions immediately. They take time to process. They take time to trust that source. So that's why you should not expect a yes at the first call. However, a yes at the first call is good if you are professional with it. All right, so if somebody just say no the first time, I'm just teaching you how to handle rejections. All right, somebody just said no, it doesn't mean that you are gone. No. All right, objections are normal part of cold calling. Objections mean the person is listening. Stay calm when you hear objections. Do not argue with the prospect. All right, so we are not able to buy this when we are sorry. Oh, sorry sir, I understand that your company cannot do this for now, but no problem, we are still here. If in the future you have anything, please feel free to contact us. You have just told him that, oh, we know that you cannot buy, but next week you are still calling him again. Hello sir, I want to ask you this product, we know that you like it, but you say you were not able to afford it, or you were not able to get it. How are you coping with the work now? Maybe that call may not even be a sell. It may just be to check up on him, or may just be to see. Cold calling is sweet. It's some of you that know how to be kind. All right, so you just have to do things like stay calm, do not argue with the prospect. Common objections include, I'm not interested, I am busy, send me an email. They may tell you, oh, send me an email. So they send me an email means when you send them an email, they will not respond, but it does not mean no, because keep sending. We already have someone, no budget. Acknowledge the objection first. So these are the few objections that I've just mentioned. But first, acknowledge the objection. Thank you, sir. We understand that you're not interested, but you now start again. Or you can just acknowledge it. In fact, sometimes I advise, there's somebody that say, I wanted to sell something to on cold calling. And no, although that was warm calling, because I had the person's contact, but I've not met him one-on-one. So it seemed as though it's cold and also warm calling. So when the person said, oh, well, this person, I just allowed it to learn, and I told him, oh, that's good, no problem. In the future, 3 days later, the person contacted me. Now, there is a time I used to look for jobs. I used to look for online jobs. Of course, I told you cold calling and warm calling. So there's a particular company, I put a call to them, and I told them that I was a good writer and I can write very well for their press company. So they say they have a lot of people. So I told them that I've seen their website. The articles are not well optimized. The articles does not have that good SEO. The article lacks that length that triggers Google. They hold for a little. They have said that they have someone, but they hold for a little. And at the end of the day, they said he will communicate back to me. I end up writing 10 articles to those people and collect $500. See, let me tell you, how you handle objections matter. They did not employ me, but I end up writing 10 articles for them to overhaul their website for $500. It just how you handle these things. All right, so respond clearly and politely. Bring the conversation back to value. Ask a follow-up question after responding. You say you have someone. Oh, well, how is the someone doing? How is the sorry, I just say how is the someone doing. All right, so how is this person doing? The person you have, he's not doing this. Why is he doing that? Just try to do all of these things. Whether you are selling a product or you want to do, so you can even do this cold calling to get a job. You can even use this skill to get a job. All right, it's pretty simple like that. All right, building trust and reports of course. Now, for you to succeed, you have to build trust. All right, especially when somebody gets want to buy a product from you. If you get one yes, do everything possible to ensure that yes is good. That you offer value to that one yes, so that one yes will bring another yes, will bring another yes, will bring another yes, and that one yes won't just buy one product, will buy multiple. Remember, in most of all these cold calling jobs, the more you sell, every sale brings a commission, even if they are paying you monthly. That's the truth. All right, so trust helps people say yes. All right, so the trust here comes from how calm you speak, how confident you speak, how well you explain your products. That's how they trust you. Sound friendly and respectful. Speak at a steady pace. Match the customer's tone. All right, don't rush things. Be honest at all times. Don't tell the product that, don't tell they are selling this product and you are telling the customer that this phone can access WhatsApp. Meanwhile, you know that this phone cannot access WhatsApp, and he knows that this phone cannot access WhatsApp, but he's about to buy from you because he has not seen a small phone like this that can buy WhatsApp, that can use WhatsApp. So immediately he sees that this thing is using WhatsApp, he wants to buy, and then at the end of the day he pays you and cannot access it. Your brand is rubbish. So do not say things that your brand cannot offer. Be honest as much as possible. The little one that your brand can handle, please offer them in a good way. All right, so that is it. Use simple and clear words. Show understanding of their problem. If they tell you their problem, of course, like I said, you can ask them questions. Show understanding. Respect their time. Very important. Like I said, well, sir, we have used 3 minutes. Oh my goodness, we were not supposed to use 3 minutes. You have taken a lot of your time. You're supposed to use to do other important things. Sir, please, can you give me 1 more minute? Let me just. That is showing respect to time. And then thank them for listening. And then let me tell you something, please. When you are thanking them for listening, do not be the one to end the call. You are the one who end the call, right? You who started the call, but you will not be the one to end that call. Let them be the one to end the call. All right, so we are done here. All right, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate this opportunity. This means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And all right, I'll see you next time. Wait until he's the one who hangs the call. Even if he forgets to hang the call for more than 5 minutes, allow him. I know that if he hangs the call for more, if he forgets to hang it for 5 minutes, it may be negligence from his own side. And if it's taking longer, you cannot understand that at least it's negligence from his own side, cannot end it. But a normal person will end the call in less than 5 seconds after the call. All right, so allow them to end the call. It shows them respect that they were one in control of the call. So why you are allowing them to speak more is that you are putting them in control of the call, even though you are the one. All right, so that is it. So, and closing techniques for cold calling. Closing means asking for the next step. Cold calls rarely close sales immediately. Common cold call closes include booking a meeting, scheduling a demo, sending information. Soft closes feel natural and polite. Hard closes are direct and confident. Now let me explain something here. If you want to close a sale, let's say, oh, okay, maybe I will see if I can try this. Or even if he say he does not want to try this, one thing I want you to do is that if he's having some doubts, very important aspect, if he's having some doubts about your product or about anything, what I want you to do is that you can schedule a demo with him. You can schedule, or you can schedule a free trial. Either you give him a free trial, or you can schedule a meeting on Google Meet or Zoom to show him the product live. Sir, do you mind if you have 3 minutes of your time on Google Meet for me to show you this thing you're about to buy? I will show you everything. See, this thing is one of the things that hooks people to a sale. All right, because before you tell somebody that come and see what I want to sell to you, they will want to come and see. If you tell somebody I'm giving you a free trial, they will want it. In fact, if you have been employed to any company that don't give free trials, please always tell them to bring bonuses that will attract people. Always tell them, if you bring this kind of bonuses, customer will come. I know that for something like real estate, you can't give somebody one house as free trial, no. But there are other benefits that you can give to the person before he buys the house. Yes. There are other benefits you can give to the person. There are other things you can give to the person. So always put these benefits in front of the person. And when you are closing the sale, close them with these trials. Close them with these proofs. All right. So it's good like that. All right. Schedule a demo. All right. You can even these two things are important. Let me just go far. 1, try free trial. Number 2, schedule a meeting to show him what you are selling. Alright, and at the end of the day, you can ask him, how would you like me to call to remind you about this product again? If that call was successful, he will say yes. He will not say no. Alright, so don't be afraid of that. So ask clear questions. Can we schedule a call for tomorrow? I just said that. Does this sound useful to you? Does this product sound useful to you? He say yes, but I don't have the budget for that now. It's alright, I understand you, no problem. If he say yes, he likes the product, but he does not have the budget for you, it's a good signal for that he will buy this product in the future. So you just have to give it some time and then do a follow-up. Alright, always suggest a specific time and date. Stay confident when asking for the close. Accept the answer professionally. Thank them after closing. Very important. So now, you have made the call, like I've been saying, is sometimes you may not actually close your sale in the very first call, but then you need to understand how to do follow-up after a yes or after a no. All right, so most deals close during follow-up. Most of the deals, they close during follow-up, not at the first call. All right, so after that call, how do you follow up? One call is usually not enough. Always plan a follow-up before ending the call. Follow up using phone calls, emails, WhatsApp. Now I advise that if you call somebody, but before the company will give you the information of all the phone numbers and all the phone numbers of people to do cold calling, they must have gotten all their names. They will arrange them in data sheet. They must have all their names, their phone numbers, their companies, and all of that. So all details will be given to you. All you have to do is after that phone call, subsequently email them. Subsequently, if their number is on WhatsApp, send them an email on WhatsApp. All right, send them a WhatsApp message. So this is good. All right, so you can remind them on WhatsApp, and of course you can email them to follow up, and then from time to time on call you can also call them again. I called you the other time, I sent you an email and you have responded so well. So how do we do this? You continue from where you stop. Follow up is very important, because most sales does not end, most sales does not close on first call. They always close on follow up. When you begin, like I just explained how advertisement works, so by the time you begin to send emails, they read it. Is the most important thing is if they read it, you'll be able to give in. All right, so keep follow-up message short and clear. Don't write long messages for anybody who can pour in money in your business or buys bigger thing from you. They don't have time. Right, they don't have time. That's how most of you who come to my DM write article in form of questions. There's nobody who have time to read that. Your name and what the Lord has done for you. That's what I used to tell my students. I have a lot of students I control. We have a lot of people who take different courses, not just virtual assistants. So if you come to my DM and you have access to my number, to me I think it's a bit of a privilege. So you just go straight to the point. I know that I'm usually a friendly person. I chat to people, I chat to my students as if I'm not a tutor, but I prioritize when things are straight to the point. Other days we can discuss. So if your message is straight to the point, somebody answers you more than when you are beating around the bush before you now come to you. Nobody has the time to read articles that is up to 5 minutes, 6 minutes just to find the real question at the end of the day. All right, so your message should be short and clear. Remind them who you are. I was the person who called you so day and all of that. Then mention the last conversation. Share value in every follow-up. Do not spam or overcall, please. Like in cold calling or cold email, I said that you should follow up after every 7 days, not every day, after every 7 days. Now, if you are sharing the value of email, mention the last conversation. You can mention that I called you the other time, I also send you an email, I also send you a message on WhatsApp in so time. And then you remember that, oh, this is the person that has been calling, this person that has been sending message. All right, be consistent and very respectful. Show respect. Put up a smile. Speak calm. Speak respectfully. Speak with a smile. Speak politely. All right. Now, call management, and CRM usage. Very, very important. Now, as a virtual assistant, nobody will give you phone numbers to carry and be dialing with your phone. No, nobody will do that. All right. What they do is that those numbers, like I showed you in the CRM tool when I showed you how to upload them, I told you that if you are not using them to add number one by one, there are numbers, those of you who will be hired as cold callers. I said that in that video, that those of you who will be hired as cold callers, these are already people's numbers and email. All you have to do is for you to import them. They will be arranged in Excel format, that is or Google Sheet format. They call them CSV files. They will be arranged there, serial number, name, phone number, email, and all of that. All you have to do is to import them. All right, import them to your CRM, to either it's HubSpot, Zoho, or all of that. Import them and then you start using them. Is that okay? So when you import those numbers, now I told you also in that CRM tool that there is a call button in that CRM tool. There is an email button. Everything is done from that CRM tool. You understand? You now see why CRM tools are very important. So your job will be from the CRM tool, not from your WhatsApp, not from anywhere. In fact, even if you are messaging somebody on WhatsApp, it should be from the CRM tool. Very important. Now, CRM means customer relation management. CRM helps you to track all calls and leads. I've said this. Record details after every call. Note important point. There are notes in each of those things. I taught you that. Please visit that video again. I'll put a link in the video description. Meanwhile, please kindly help me subscribe to the channel, like this video if you're enjoying what I'm giving to you. Now, mark all outcomes: interested, not interested, follow up needed. There are places to do all of these things in the CRM tool. If you have not gone through that video, please go through it. Now this video is becoming long and I want to try to summarize. Now, track follow-up dates. All right, follow-up dates. Just try to follow up dates. When you send the follow-up now, today is what date? When should you follow up again? So you have to track their dates as well. CRM helps avoid calling the same person wrongly. All right, of course you know that. It helps you. Of course, you can see how those contacts were arranged, and you will know that when you click on any of the contact to even make a call, you see when last you call that person. And then organize data, improve performance. CRO makes you look professional, and this is what a lot of companies do. Professional communication ethics. Now these are just like an added thing, and it do not take me up to 5 minutes to close this video. Now these are just like the additional things I give in this video, or give in this course, to ensure that you become a good and effective cold caller. So what you have to add good communication, like I've been saying it. Be calm, be polite. All these are communication skills. I always be polite and respectful. Introduce yourself honestly. Never lie about your product. Respect customer privacy, which is very important. That's why you have to seek his consent. Do not pressure people unfairly. Do follow up, follow company and legal rules. Stop calling if asked clearly. If they ask you clearly, we are very interested, stop calling. Please stop calling. All right, if they don't tell you clearly, because you can do follow up, move follow up. Then speak professionally at all times. Represent the brand positively. Ethics build long-term trust. All right, so take these ethics into consideration, and they will help you in the long run. Please take note of that. Now, common cold calling mistakes that people do. All right, talking too much. I've said that. Please don't talk too much. Allow him to talk. Not listening carefully. He's talking, you are talking. It doesn't make sense. And then sounding desperate. Don't sound desperate. Let me tell you something that you need to understand, that for brands to give you contact, they are giving you contact of people they think can buy those products. So you already have one advantage ahead of time. So they are already telling you prospects. They are not giving you contact of random people. They are giving you prospects of people they think can buy that product. So if they are scraping those emails, like they have that video, let's say they want real estate people who are into real estate. That's the people they want, because those are people who can buy their product easily. They go to Google and type something, a prompt related to real estate, and all the numbers that will come up, they will only come, those numbers or emails will come under real estate. And so when they get that number under real estate, they are sure that these people are under real estate and they are into my field, and if I punch them, they will answer. So you already have an advantage when you do that scraping of email correctly. So don't be sound desperate. These are people who will buy if you know what you are doing. They are not random kind of people. So even if you are scraping the email yourself, take that video and know how to scrape it the right way. All right. Calling without preparation is not good. This is one of the key mistakes. Reading script word for word. I've said that not to read it. Ignoring objections. All right. They say I'm not interested, and you start buzzing out. No. Not asking for the clues. All right. Poor follow-up habit. Giving up too early. Inconsistent calling. You call somebody one today, you don't call again, you call in 2 months, and you're telling him that I was the one who called you in July, meanwhile we are in October. It doesn't make sense. All right. So inconsistency kills. Daily cold calling routine for students. Start the day with a clear plan. Set daily call target. Example, number of calls. How many number of calls I'm going to call today? How many number of conversations? How many number of follow-ups? That's your duty. That's the whole work you're doing. All right. So I don't want to focus more here because we're already done. Review call list before calling. Warm up your voice before calling, dialing. Call during peak hours. Take short breaks to avoid fatigue. Update CRM after each call. Very important. Update CRM after each call. So if you don't know how to update CRM after each call, tell me in the comment section and I will help you make a video on that. Now, review result at the end of the day. How many people say yes? How many people say no? How many people do I call? How many people am I supposed to do follow up? How many people will I reach out? How many people will buy? And all of that. Improve based on what works, and then leave what does not work. That's why analytics is very important. At the end of the day, you analyze what is working and what is not working. Then role plays and practical exercise. Now I want you to screenshot it, because this is your assignment. Now you already have a partner from the day one class, right? If you don't have a partner, go to the group and ask for another partner. Ask for a partner. Anybody who does not have a partner will partner with you. Now do this exercise. You have to place a call and do this cold calling, and this is the role you're going to play. Role play builds confidence. Practice before weak calls. One person acts as a caller, one person acts as a customer. Practice common objections. So during the time of that call, a person can say no, and then during the time the other person can say yes, and all of that. Practice different call openings. Record practice calls if possible. Review tone and clarity. Give and receive feedback. Repeat until confidence. Now let me tell you how the assignment is going to look like. Number one, your partner is there. So what you need to do is that call the person will also serve as a cold caller. You will serve as a cold caller, and then your partner will serve as a boss, maybe a general or anybody you are trying to make market to. Then when you are done with the call, switch the role. Your partner will not be the cold caller, you will not be the general or the manager or anything. Right now, at the end of the day, write it down. Who is the name of the person you called? What and what did you discuss? Just the way you did it from that first assignment is how I want you to do it, and submit it as document. Please take note of this. It's very important. Please, before each of that call, your partner needs to also prepare. You also needs to also prepare. Please, this assignment is very important if you want to succeed in this course. That's why none of my topic is free of assignment. All of them have assignments. So in some of them you practice, some of them you do assignment like this. So please take note of this. Submit it to the group. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you don't have a partner, please tell me in the comment section. I'll send you my number. You can be able to join our community. And of course, our Telegram community link is in the video description. Now, tools and technology for cold callers. The tools that you need are reliable phone or cold calling app, like the CRM tools we talk about, good headset or microphone, and then CRM tools for tracking calls, note-taking tools. All right, sometimes you can even use a note-taking tool, the notepad in your phone, and all of that. It doesn't have to mean call recording tools if allowed. Now record calls if your boss or the person you're working for does not give you that opportunity. All right, so calendar tools for scheduling, email tools for follow-up, and then stable internet connection, quiet calling environment, backup tools ready. The most important tools here is the phone calling app, which is also the CRM tools. All right, so the phone calling app is integrated in the CRM tool. Like I told you, you will not be the one to integrate it. Your boss or whoever hires you will be the one to do that. The good headset, that's if you have, but if you are doing a cold calling job, headset is very good. You need to buy one. All right, so that is it. Measuring success and improving result. Of course, track the number of calls made. So measuring success is you carrying your pen, your notepad, and begin to track how many people you call, what and what is working, what and what is not working, how many rejections, how many yes, how many no's, and all of that. So learn from successful calls and apply feedback. Know what you are doing wrong and what you are not doing wrong. All right, conclusion. Cold calling is a learnable skill. It's something you can learn. All right, so don't say that my voice is loud. No, it's something you can learn. And then rejection is part of growth. Everyone struggles at the beginning. Take note of that, so that you not say my own case is different. Your case is not different anywhere. All right, consistency brings result. Professionalism sets you apart. Focus on helping, not selling. Stay patient and disciplined. Skills improve over time. Success comes from actions. These are the conclusion I just made for you. Cold calling is learnable. Everyone struggles at the first time, right? So you don't feel that you are not doing it rightly. You are doing it rightly. Confidence grows with practice. Consistent brings result. Professionalism sets you apart. Focus on helping and not selling. So always focus on helping people and not trying to sell by all means. Desperate. I've talked about that. All right, so that is that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking around from the beginning of the class to this video. Please let me tell you something, that if you have been following this course and you're doing what I've been teaching you, there is a probability, a very high one, that you will get a job. Even the ones I post for you, even if you can't get them from the ones I post for you, I've taught you cold and warm email. I'm now teaching you cold calling. You can use this skill to get a job. You can use cold email and warm email to search for people that need your skill, market it to them directly, and get a job. The best thing for you to do is to practice, and I will see you in the next video. Please kindly help me subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know I've been a good boss. Please tell me in the comment section. I am an active virtual assistant. Coach Dennis, you are the best. Thank you. I will see you in the next video.